This is Trevor Benko, CEO of TGB Supplements, and today we got a special guest, Pete Mascioli. Pete used to work for us. He's getting ready to compete in the NPC Mid-Atlantic Cup, which is in Homestead, PA. It's going to be this weekend. He's going to be competing in light heavyweight, 198. Pete's competed a few times in the past in the NPC. Did you compete in the natural too?
Yeah, 2013. Same venue.
Which show was that? Do you remember?
That was
that OCB?
I think so.
I think it's OCB.
Yeah, it was in October.
Okay. Maybe the Natural Pittsburgh?
Natural Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so this isn't his first time. Pete's been bodybuilding since he was a teenager. I think you competed as a teen at the Pittsburgh before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's been through this many times before. We've actually worked together contest prep-wise. This is probably, the third time? The third time? So we kind of know each other, know how his body works and responds and so on. This year was a little bit different than years in the past. It seemed like, his diet was different this year. In the past, we've gone a little lower carb, and he responded pretty well to that, but he always needed a little bit more carbs than some of the other guys. But this year, we definitely kept the carbs a little bit higher and more consistent. And usually we cycle them, we'll have like lower days and then we'll have a high day. But this year, everything just worked out. Probably like the best prep, you could ask for as far as, smoothness so far.
Yeah.
Obviously, the last couple days are, the toughest part. Today, he's getting his protein. This is his, fourth coat? Just getting ready to go. So, it's right at the end, kind of just sailing right in. Weight's right on track. You're, 190?
195.
195 today. He has to weigh in 198. What is it, 0.6 or something like that?
198 and a quarter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's like right on track. We're just starting to load up a little bit of carbohydrates, and water and everything's going good. So far it's been a real good prep. How's your training been this time? Everything been good?
Oh yeah, it's been great. Most volume I've ever done in pre-contest training, and I think that's helped a lot. Definitely a different look for me, and I love it. The volume is what I've always loved to do anyway. But yeah, intensity and everything's been up, and it's been great. Injury free, thank God. So.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Diet wise, how's everything been going there? Carbohydrates and stuff. What all you been eating mainly?
It's mainly been chicken. Everybody knows how that goes. Green beans, broccoli, eggs, and rice cakes. Rice cakes I've been using as my main source of carbs, and some jasmine rice. But yeah, everything's been going smooth. A little bit different not doing the carb cycling.
Yeah.
But it's nice to feel consistent and to know exactly how I'm going to feel each day. No bloating or anything. It's just been smooth.
Yeah,
it's been great.
I think it's been about as good as you could ask for. Of all the preps that I've been a part of, this has been one of the smoothest for sure. Which is kind of scary, when it's getting so close to the show. But
yeah.
Everything's been about as good as you could ask for. Diet-wise, staying consistent like that, usually, for most people, you don't see as much improvement. But, week to week, you've gotten better, it seems like. It's visible changes every week. And the nice thing is, with the way we do things, we record every single week. So posing, the routine, everything, from 16 weeks out all the way to the show. We've been doing this every single week, at least once a week, and just checking in, talking about the diet, checking the weight, talking about training, going over everything. Maud Giacchetti and myself really try to keep a close eye on everybody and give each person enough attention, because everybody's different. Pete's diet is totally different than anybody else we're working with. So I thought it'd be good, bring him on, especially since he's worked with us in the past. He's actually got some articles up still on our website, I believe. You did a few articles on the site, and there's still a good bit of articles. If you want to check out some of his articles on our website, you can, underneath the TGB blog. But yeah, so just I thought we'd bring him on for something different. We're going to put in some of the posing videos so you can see what he looks like, maybe from the beginning, and then some of where he's at now. We ought to do one with the tan and everything. It'll look it'll look a lot better. Maybe we'll take that, because we're probably not going to put this up for a couple of days. So maybe we'll take a video before you go on stage, and maybe even could put some of the contest stuff in.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be a good idea, that they could see what you look like. But yeah, so it'd be a good thing. I think you had mentioned that you had actually had an issue with training at the gym posing in the gym?
Yeah, yeah. They apparently frown upon actually doing posing practice in the gym. Just had the shirt off, and I guess it's an intimidation factor.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even like there's a lot of people in the gym,
No,
right?
no, it was in the evening. I mean, there's only a couple people there.
Yeah, it's not like you were, in the middle of a crowded gym, just
Right.
pulled your shirt off and just start.
I went off to the corner. I was keeping to myself, and I don't know. It didn't seem weird to me. It's
Yeah,
literally
you're
just took
getting
the
ready
shirt
for a
off,
show.
and right. It's not like I just do it and scream the entire time and try to be obnoxious. No, I'll just make sure everything was dialing in. But
Yeah.
they frowned upon it, so yeah. But you'll have that.
Yeah, I mean, in our area, we have like one pretty, we got one hardcore gym, and the rest are like, I would say mediocre at best as far as they're more catered to everybody else. Try to be more catered to everybody, I guess. Where the gym that we mostly train at locally, it's definitely more of a hardcore gym, and you can do that kind of stuff. They even have a posing room. You can go in there, and that's actually where Maud's at, the Hopwood Fitness Center. You can go down there and check him out anytime. But yeah, I mean, it's just the way things are going now. It's almost like bodybuilding's almost kind of looked down upon in some ways, and they're trying. A lot of the, I guess, publicity in that media. They're trying to push more of the physique and classic physique. And one thing about all that, which is great, I mean, it involves a lot more people. It gets more people being healthy and everything. But I think it makes almost everybody feel like they can walk up on stage. They just started working out. I mean, how old were you when you started working out?
10 or 11. It was, I was really young. I was always into sports, but I mean, it's not something I just started doing last year.
Yeah. And you're how old now?
24. I'll be 25 this month.
Yeah, so I mean, that's like myself. I started when I was about 11, 12 years old. Got serious probably when I was about 14, and since then, I mean, I haven't missed probably more than a week in the gym. And since I was 14 years old, I'm going to be 30. So it's we've got time in the gym. This is what we've done our whole lives. What we really enjoy. You got people that are just starting out, and they look at like let's say a contest, and they think they can just go up and win.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just not the case. Like the last show that we were just a part of, the NPC Pittsburgh. I mean, that's a great show. It's a huge show, and it's a very tough show. It's one of the toughest shows out there. Probably one of the top shows in the country. You got the Jim Manion, the head of the NPC IFBB. That's where he's from, Pittsburgh. So he brings the best of the best in. Top professionals to pose, and that draws a lot of people. You get a lot of people in there coming in to compete. So it's a tough show, but the lighting there is very, very tough. It's probably the toughest lighting of all the shows that I've ever seen. It's super bright. It washes you out. There's no shadows. So, I mean, you may look your best when you compete on show day, but the lights are going to make you look your worst at your best, if that makes sense. So, like, when you look at the pictures, they just really don't do it justice.
Right.
Now, some of the other shows, like the show we have coming up this weekend, it's not quite as bad normally. Hopefully it'll be the same as it's been in the past, but normally you look pretty good in your photos, which is a great thing. I mean, you want to look good when you look back at your photos.
Right, right.
But the Pittsburgh can be really tough just because of the lights. Anything else you want to talk about real quick?
Yeah, just touch on that again. I mean, people... It's more of a marathon than a sprint. You hear that all the time, but especially when you're getting ready to compete, and it's very time intensive, and it's not cheap. I mean, the sport's definitely expensive. Everything that you do, so it's not something you can just decide. 5 weeks out from a show, I'm going to do this. It's there's a lot involved in it, and working full time as well. I mean, I'm putting in 11, 12, 13-hour shifts, and then on top of only eating so much food throughout the day, you still have to work out when you're done, then you have to wake up, and it's hard to balance life and everything with it, but
very demanding.
Yeah.
And it's hard on a relationship too, because you have to be pretty selfish during the time of contest prep. I mean, it's just the only way.
Yeah.
You have to worry about your meals, you have to worry about your sleep, you have to worry about your training. I mean, all that stuff. So you have to be with somebody that's understanding and it really cares about you, because it's going to put a lot of stress on you.
Oh yeah.
No doubt about that. It's just there's a lot more involved. Kind of what we're trying to say. It takes a lot of dedication, and you really gotta be committed. And if you're not, you're only shorting yourself, and you're kind of doing an injustice to everybody else that is. It just kind of looks bad to the people that are working their ass off. It's really difficult when you see somebody that thinks that they can just go up and do it. And really, they don't know what's all involved. It's just a lot more than what most people that aren't involved think. It takes a lot of effort. Like Pete said, the dieting, the training, the tanning, sleeping, you know, just dealing with life and still living a normal life. You have to work a normal job, you know, and just taking care of your house and everything else. If you have kids, you know, it's a lot of commitment. But yeah, I mean, it's just amazing to, you know, when you do get up there, you work so hard. I mean, you can see how much you've put into this, and you know, doing it the right way. You know, there's a lot of guys that are abusing drugs and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and you know, in the end, it just takes hard work, dedication, proper diet, and you can look amazing. I mean, you'll see, you know, with Pete, with his posing and everything. I mean, for 198 pounds, it's about as big as he can be, and great conditioning right now. So, yeah, it should be a great show, and we're going to put the pictures and everything in here, so you'll get to see what he looks like and how he does. But if you want to contact Pete, I mean, you can email him, or is that probably the best way to reach out to you?
Yep.
I mean, anybody interested in talking to him, or you know, sponsors, anything like that. What's your email?
It's just my first and last name, so Pete Mascioli, and there's no spaces, at gmail.com.
Yep, and you could always email us, info@tgbsupplements.com, if you want to reach out to Pete or myself. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'm sure Pete will check them out and try to respond as well. And obviously we'll keep an eye on it. So that pretty much wraps it up. We'll have more videos like this coming soon, and look forward to showing you guys how Pete does. Take it easy.
So, I lost 10 pounds this first week anyway.
Well, that's a lot. Doesn't look like you lost 10 pounds there.
No.
Probably some water.
You're definitely leaner.
Yeah, definitely leaner from last week. All right, front double bicep. Try to turn your pinkies back.
Yeah.
I just had hamstrings like Michael J. Fox is going to do.
All right. Front lat spread. Try to reset your legs, Pete. There you go. See if you could squeeze your chest a little. That's it. Side chest. Try to blow out your air. Side tricep. Maybe turn a little bit, you think?
Yeah.
Right to the rear.
Overall, looking pretty good though.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot leaner.
Especially in the midsection.
Yeah, I agree.
Rear double bicep, Pete. Rear lat spread. That looks good.
Yep. We got some thickness.
You said you just hit hamstrings, huh? That's all right.
It's shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
Can't stop it.
All right, return to the front. Ab and thigh. And most muscular. Try that pose again, Pete. And relax. Try a classic pose. And relax. Pretty good. Alright. Quarter turn to the right. 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 Front double bicep. Front lag spread. Side chest. Side tricep. To the rear, rear double bicep. Rear lat spread. Return to front, ab and thigh. Try the other thigh. And your favorite, most muscular. And relax.